Coming up on the Sports Desk, it's the grand finale of Pioneer League football. Kathryn Gallo tells us how North becomes back-to-back league champs, and she has our Player of the Week. Then we're diving into the CIF playoffs with girls volleyball. We'll tell you how the Lady Spartans did against Culver City. Plus, we'll hit the college campus as the Warriors return home to their gridiron and host Palomar. Anthony Ciardelli caught the action as they clinched their 6th straight win. And it's that spooky time of the year again for the North Torrance Little League. We'll get our candy fix with trunk or treat. Let's get it, Torrance. The Sports Desk starts right now. Welcome to the Sports Desk, the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. You're rocking with the desk, and I'm your host, Dani Miskell. Before we get this show on the road, let's make sure we're linked up on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and the Gram. Don't forget to tag the Sports Desk TV in your posts and give us the exclusive details on what's happening in the world of Torrance sports. We'll put your photos and videos up here on the big screen. And why? Because this is your show, so keep us in the know. By the way, you might notice that the other half of the desk is missing. So in case you're wondering, my co-host Cedric Welton will be back with us next week. All right, let's kick things off with the crowning of the Pioneer League champs. And it goes to none other than the defending champions of North. The Saxons finished 5-0 in league play for their 2nd consecutive year in a row, and the last school to stand in their way was league rival South. We now go to Spartan Stadium, where sports reporter Kathryn Gallo is standing by, and she files this report.
North and South High School take the field for both teams' final game of the regular season in this Pioneer League matchup, but this game would be all Saxons ball from start to finish. 5 minutes into the first quarter, Victor Puyez would hand it off to Bo McGlinty for a 4-yard touchdown run to give North its first score of the game. Now just seconds after that play, South receives a kickoff from the Saxons, but they can't control it and it's fumbled. Recovered by Kayala Trinidad at the 39-yard line as North gets the turnover. Still in the first quarter, Stephen Bradford finds the hole in the Spartans defense and will run this ball in for his first touchdown of the game. And if you've been following the Saxons this year, you know it's that ground game that has been the highlight of their offense all season long.
We've got to be able to, get our guys off the ball up front and open some holes, and then our running backs are pretty quick and decisive so they can, get through even the tightest little gaps. But it was nice to see Bradford, Kobos, everybody, Bo, get a chance to run the football tonight.
What's also nice to see is the defense making some big plays. In the second now, here's McGlinty picking off Jackson Fish and taking that ball all the way downfield before being stopped just short of the goal line. And here's some deja vu for you. Bradford once again running it into the end zone to continue adding to North's lead. With just 11 seconds left in the second quarter, McGlinty, remember the name, he's back with the second interception, completing the shutout first half for the Saxons as they head into halftime up 28-0. Here's Coach on McGlinty's standout performance on both sides of the ball in this game.
He's one of our guys that's most instinctive. He knows the game more than most high school kids. It's just a matter of, getting him out there and throwing the ball his direction, and he really tracked it well and, obviously ran with it well nicely too.
Headed to the third, Saxons score again, and you guessed it, it's Bradford on the carry, taking advantage of some great blocks from his O-line and running that ball 29 yards for the touchdown. Saxons would go on to score twice more in the fourth and finish the routing of the Spartans 49-0. Here's the Saxons head coach on what he liked from his team tonight.
The energy and the effort. The kids played hard all night, and we needed to tune up for the playoffs, and we couldn't come out flat, and I think our kids were excited and responded how we wanted them to.
And this is, of course, a huge victory as North clinches the Pioneer League title and looks ahead to playoffs. Reporting at South High School, I'm Kathryn Gallo with the Sports Desk.
Congrats, Saxons. We know you guys really put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears this season. Now, at this time, Kathryn Gallo is not only announcing our league champions, but she's also crowning our Player of the Week. Let's find out who he is.
We're here with this week's Player of the Week, North Saxon High School's Bo McGlinty. He had 3 interceptions, including a pick 6, and 3 touchdowns. Bo, what was behind that great performance today?
I mean, at the beginning of the week, our coach has just been talking about for us seniors how this is the last league game of our high school career, and then he said just go out there and make memories and have fun, and that's what I wanted to do.
And you certainly did that. You are a senior tonight. It is your last regular season game. What's it been like for you this season being a leader of this team?
I mean, usually I was the younger guy on the team, so I always had older people to work up to and play for. But now being the senior is different. I have younger guys looking up to me, so I just play for all of them. We're a family.
That's great. And so we mentioned that you play on both sides of the ball. What side is your favorite? What's more exciting to you, the touchdown or the interception?
I'm going to have to go with the interceptions. I'm a defensive type of player, but always to score on the interception, that's always my goal, and it's always fun.
And you did that tonight, which is pretty cool. Now, we're not the only one that noticed. Looks like your team noticed. You got, explain to me what that is and what you're going to do with that.
This was our motivation going out through the week. I mean, last year we were the Pioneer League champs, and then going into this year, we already had in our mind that we were going to be the Pioneer League champs. We just needed to prove it to ourselves, and that's what we did.
Thanks, Kathryn. North will face off against Orange High School in the first round of playoffs. Let's now move on to the league's runner-up, which would be determined by the face-off between West versus North. The Warriors knew they needed this win over the Spartans to take sole possession of second place in the Pioneer League, and more importantly, make their presence known in the playoffs. Let's head down to Zamperini Stadium and drop in on the second quarter because this is where it gets good. Warriors lead by 13. Brandon Poffenbarger fakes the handoff to Jack Salmon, and he zigs and zags it in for the quick 6. Warriors lead 20-zip. The Tartars would then intercept West's pass and has the ball on their own 34-yard line. Jimmy Prawl to follow, and he takes off. He's going, gone with this 60-yard rushing touchdown, makes the score 20-6. West would respond with this 74-yard pass, and it's Poffenbarger who makes the connection with Xerxes Reamer for the touchdown. West goes up 20 points. Let's skip ahead, and it's still the second, and with only 6 minutes left to go, it's Tartars' possession on the 45-yard line. And Ozzy Carranza turns on the Jets for this 60-yard rushing touchdown. He makes the score 33-12. The climb would end here for the Tartars as the Warriors swoop this game by the final of 59-12, securing their bid in the CIF playoffs. We caught up with a few of the Warriors afterwards for post-game reactions.
It was a super exciting game. We came knowing that we came in confident, but not too confident because you can never really be that confident knowing like you don't know who you're going to go against and what they have to come. So it was just a fun one.
This game went pretty well. We were able to get our starters out of there in the late quarters, save them for next week. We got a big playoff game coming up, so hopefully we'll be healthy going into that game and play like we did today. I had a good throw by quarterback, and my running back Reamer got us all the way down there, and it was a good run, about a 2-yard or maybe a 3-yard run. So that was a good play by Reamer and me by myself, and just overall a good play.
This game went pretty well. Linemen did their thing, receivers did their thing, and our defense did really well. It all starts with the running game, so if I do my job, then Sammy gets the highlight, and I'm happy. Our coaches are always talking about people stepping up to their job, and I feel that they're doing that. It feels so good. Like he'll chastise you, but in a good way.
West will now go on to face Garden Grove in the first round of playoffs. We move on to Bishop Montgomery, where the Knights are now leading 3-0 in the Camino Real League. So it's quite obvious that they too have their eyes on that league title prize. Now, before we jump into their matchup against Santa Monica, we want to hit the rewind button and make a correction from our last episode with game coverage against Cantwell Sacred Heart. Now, we highlighted that Kyle Monton made this crucial tackle, but it was our error, so let's get it straight. We're picking up where sports reporter Anthony Ciardelli left off, and in his words, if you thought tackle football was getting soft, check this out. Strong safety Sebastian Keaton goes hit stick on Cantwell's Matthew Hernandez. That was a sick tackle, my man. All due credit goes to you. All right, the Knights would go on to face the Mariners of Santa Monica and defeat them by the final of 54-26. We pulled this victory photo from their Twitter. Kyle Monton finished with 21 carries, 272 yards for 4 touchdowns. Matthew Orgel comes in behind him with 21 carries for 272 yards and 2 touchdowns. And finally, Nick Laufenberg would complete a 64-yard touchdown pass, followed by Brandon Murray, who caught an 18-yard touchdown pass. Outstanding performance, Knights. They face Garey next for round 1 of the CIF playoffs. Okay, let's take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because still to come. We've got volleyball playoffs and the Lady Warriors soccer match against Chaffee when we return.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Did that go okay? You have to provide an outlet for their creative expression. So good. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey. I'm ready for the...
Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. All right, let's talk some girls volleyball. Some of you will remember from last year that Lauren Walsh finished with the title of the Pioneer League's top player. She was a junior then, so she's a senior now. And she's still on top of her game. She's doing so along with the rest of the Lady Spartans who continue to dominate the league like they have for the last 10 years. For their third round of the playoffs, they faced Culver City. The Spartans took care of business the first 2 rounds and had their home crowd behind them. First set match point, Culver City inbound score is 24-21. And Lauren Walsh tries to keep South alive with the kill, but Culver City recovers and Jaylee Neely punctuates this match for Culver City to take the first game. Second set match point, Culver City inbounds, and South has a mental lapse after Kaylin Kuo tries to set her teammates up. Culver City's up 2-0. In the third set, the Spartans rallied back, and this Lauren Walsh kill was too hot to handle. Spartans take the third, 25-20. Fourth set was all Centaurs, and they jumped out to a 10-3 lead early on. Megan Shimoda lightly tapped this one over to seal the match 25-20, and that would be the season for the Spartans. Overall, a great run for the Lady Spartans this season. They finished 19-15 overall and 9-1 in league play. Now let's head into Division 4 of the playoffs to see how the Lady Knights did in their matchups this week. First, they braved the Braves of Alta Loma and won 3-2. The third-seeded Knights next challenged Polytechnic in the semifinal round and fell to the Panthers by the final of 3-1. This knocked the Knights out of the championship hunt. They finished with an overall record of 22-13 and 6-2 in league play. Well, that wraps up the 2018 Fall Girls Volleyball saga. We want to congratulate each and every one of the teams, the Saxons, the Warriors, the Tartars, the Spartans, and the Lady Knights, on your killer seasons and for where you guys finished. You aced your sets, and we look forward to your return next year on the courts. Let's move on over to women's soccer now. ECC faced powerhouse South Coast North Conference team Chaffee. This was a tough test as Chaffee is undefeated in their conference and have only lost 2 games all season. We bring in sports reporter Anthony Ciardelli, and he's going to tell us how this game got away from ECC.
The Warriors faced a tall task as they would try to shut down an offensive juggernaut in the Chaffee Panthers, who had 9 players with at least 3 goals coming into Tuesday night's game. We pick up the action in the 12th minute as Panthers forward Kylie Covington launches a bomb from the sidelines on the throw-in, looking for a header, but keeper Rosemary Montalvo is there to stop it. Then in the 20th minute, forward Robin Riggs gets the long shot on goal. That would be the Warriors' only shot on goal for the game. In the 22nd minute, the Panthers take the lead when Nicole Downing gets the quick touch past Montalvo and puts it away. The Warriors trail 1-0. Then, near the end of the first half, we have a scary moment here when Warriors leading scorer Naomi Mendoza takes an elbow to the face. She would miss the rest of the game. Warriors assistant coach Andrew Britton spoke about the impact of losing Mendoza.
Her ability to hold up the ball and give our midfield a break was missing in the second half. We had a shuffle, we had around the midfield, put a midfielder up top, and then one of our subs had to play some significant minutes.
On to the second half, the Warriors' defense kept working hard as Alexandra Cook gets the nice clear. But just a few minutes later, the Panthers break through again as Angel Rodriguez scissor kicks it past Montalvo for the 2-0 lead. The Warriors would manage one more threat here when Erica Holcomb lofts it on goal, but keeper Michaela Bell snatches it up for the Panthers to keep El Camino off the board. Minutes later, after a handball in the box, Lindsay Hennon scores her third of the year to push the lead to 3. The Panthers would tack on 2 more goals to defeat the Warriors 5-0. Warriors forward Robin Riggs said her team needs to work better together if they want better results.
If there was a little more communication, I think we definitely could have shut them down on all 5 of those goals. It would have been, a little more of a competition.
The El Camino College women's soccer team lost a tough one today against Chaffee at home. The Warriors were able to limit the Panthers' chances early, but broke down after the injury to Mendoza. Reporting from El Camino College, I'm Anthony Ciardelli for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Anthony. ECC falls to 4-11 overall. For their next game, they'll be facing straight out of Compton Community College. All right, we're going to take one more quick break, but still to come. We have more ECC coverage as we jump across to the college gridiron and see the Warriors take on Palomar. And then we head to the Hamilton field for some trunk or treat when we return. We'll be right back.
Alexa, how do you tell if asparagus is still good?
If it's not moldy or slimy, it's okay to eat.
Enable the new skill from Save the Food on your Amazon Alexa and help fight food waste.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. For this next story, we're going to get up to speed with the ECC Cross Country team. They raced in the South Coast Conference Championships at Don Kanabe Regional Park. This meet was to determine the final conference standings as well as the qualifying teams to go on and compete at regionals. You can bet your bottom dollar ECC is headed just that way. We have the results. Carson Bix placed 3rd with 20 minutes and 5 seconds. Manny Gill finished 4th with 20 minutes and 12 seconds. And Ethan Camo finished 7th in 20 minutes and 18 seconds. ECC men are ranked number 2 in state in the community college rankings and came in 2nd to Mount Sac. And as for the women, freshman Grace Hoffman came in 6th place, earning all SCC first team honors with a huge personal best of 18 minutes and 40 seconds for the 5,000 meter distance. Close behind were Savannah Sahunuk and in 13th place at 19 minutes and 23 seconds, and Sarah Simpson finishing 17th place with 19 minutes and 50 seconds. The ECC women are ranked number 9 in state and placed 4th behind Chaffee College. All right, back to football, but this time at Murdoch Stadium. The Warriors have been on the road for the past 3 games, but they did not return empty-handed. In fact, they came back with their hands full of 5 straight wins to face Palomar, who were just a game behind in the South Coast Conference standings. Here now is sports reporter Anthony Ciardelli with the game results.
The Warriors came to play against Palomar Saturday night, but the Comets put up a big battle. In the first quarter, the Warriors pull ahead early as Grant Farillo finds Keyshawn Berry in the end zone for the touchdown. El Camino goes up 7-0 after the PAT. Midway through the first, Palomar's trying to get something started. They go for it on 4th down, but Isaiah Lemos rips the ball from Malachi Russell and returns it to his own 23. To start the second quarter on their own 37, Aaron Thomas, who had just entered the game at quarterback, completes the pass to running back Sean Perjean, and he does what running backs do. He runs about 55 more yards into the end zone for the touchdown. But on the following drive, Comets quarterback Connor Curry hits Logan Gamble in the corner of the end zone. That makes it 14-7 after the extra point. That's how it would stay into the second half. The Warriors get the ball to start the third quarter, and it's Taz time. Taz Tuese takes the handoff and shakes off not one, but 2 tackles on the way to his first touchdown of the season and a 21-7 lead for El Camino. On the Warriors' next possession, he gets his second rushing touchdown of the game and the season. That makes it a 3-score lead for El Camino. The Warriors would add one more touchdown, but the Comets would come flying back. Here, Curry fields the low snap and finds Johnny Armentrout for the touchdown. That makes it 35-14 after the PAT. To start the fourth, the Comets use some trickery. It's the double reverse. Corey gets it to Devin Nilsson, who hands it to Russell, who goes in for the touchdown. The extra point would be blocked, 35-20 Warriors. A couple possessions later, Curry connects with Michael Barkley on a deep touchdown pass, 35-27 Warriors. Coach Gifford Lindheim didn't like his team's defensive effort in the second half.
I think got up early in the third quarter, and then I felt like we let down a little bit, and I'm not happy about that.
But the Warriors would fend off the comeback as Jeff Hansen gets in from a yard out, capping off a 75-yard drive to put the game out of reach 42-27. The Comets would add this late touchdown, but the Warriors recover the onside kick and go on to win 42-35.
Congrats on the win. First things first, with Palomar right behind you in the standings, what was the mindset you guys went into this game with?
I felt it was a trap game for us personally. We played Mount Sac, real emotional game. First time we beat them since 2007. I just kept on telling our guys, man, we got to work hard. This is a trap game. These guys are a good football team.
The Warriors cruised to a 42-35 victory today against Palomar, and during the game, they were able to ring the El Camino bell a lot. What is the El Camino bell, you ask? It's a gold and blue bell that the team rings during big plays, and they've been doing it since the school was founded in 1947. Reporting from El Camino College, I'm Anthony Ciardelli for the Sports Desk.
Now, as you just saw, Taz Tuese was a big factor in ECC's victory over Palomar. He had 133 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Warriors. But one play in particular helped lead the Warriors to victory. It's now time to highlight our Sports Desk Play of the Week. Anthony, take it away.
I'm here with Taz Tuese, who had the Sports Desk Play of the game tonight for El Camino College. First question, Taz, what went through your head during that play?
Basically, when I got the ball, I just looked at my blocking schemes, and I seen people were blocking right. And I haven't had that feeling in a long time because I did tear my ACL last year. So after a whole year of that and coming back and getting that touchdown, I don't know, it was excitement, a lot of excitement though, for sure. It was a lot of excitement. I couldn't do it without my line, but it was a lot of excitement, for sure.
And that was your first of 2 touchdowns during the game. Did that kind of give you a burst for the second one?
Yeah, it gave me a burst, but I was kind of winded at the same time. But, yeah, my brothers kept telling me, out on the field, my quarterback, Grant, he kept telling me, you got this, just fight through it. I was kind of fatigued, but we got it done.
And he was winded, by the way, because that run for the first touchdown was 40 yards. So quite the run there.
Yes, sir. I did break for like a 60 earlier, in the game, but – man, I was winded. I was like, man, I haven't ran that long, in a long time. So I'm very excited right now. I just want to go share with the team right now this win. It was a good win. So that's about it.
Well, congrats, Taz, and good luck next week against Fullerton.
Thanks for sharing that, Anthony. Next up for ECC, they face juggernaut Fullerton, and they're undefeated overall and ranked first in the South Coast Conference. El Camino is just behind them. Also, tune into the next edition of the Sports Desk to find out who will have the next play of the week. All right, Halloween is upon us and the celebrations have begun, including the 2nd annual night of Trunk or Treat for the North Torrance Little League. It's a fun way for the Little League family to come together and celebrate with their costumes and car swagger. I got a chance to stop into Hamilton Field and check in on their spooky event. They're usually in their baseball uniforms together, but tonight they're dressed up for the tricks and treats. And of course, playing a little baseball.
When I came here, I actually just wanted to go trick-or-treating, but I saw the other kids go play on the field. So I asked my mom, and then I went to play on it, and then.
And did you guys win your game?
Yeah.
The kids are finishing fall ball season and gearing up for February. It's been productive for Hayden Steinekin. He's got a better idea of where he belongs on the diamond.
I like playing infield.
Why do you like playing infield?
Because then you get more chances to catch the ball.
Aside from the costumes, Trunk or Treat is also a chance for the parents to have a car show competition and win some gift cards. There's something for everyone in the Little League family.
It brings kids together, brings their families together, and it brings everybody in the league together as one, so it's been fun.
Trunk or Treat just also happens to fall on the biggest event in Major League Baseball. So sure enough, it's included in the evening's attraction. And among all the Halloween festivities here tonight, the main event is clearly the World Series, and undoubtedly the best occasion to bring the North Torrance Little League family together. So let's go around and get some reaction from the kids and the coaches about how the Dodgers are doing against those Red Sox.
Okay, so I think the first two games, they weren't doing as well just because of home field advantage. It's more like the atmosphere is what kind of, I think, gets the Dodgers going. Got Rich Hill on the mound. He's been dealing since he pitched last, so hopefully he's doing good right now.
Aside from Rich Hill, one of North Torrance's pitchers has mad props for Kenley Jansen.
Because he doesn't throw a fastball, because it's like, gotta like get them on their toes.
Nicholas Tomaselli weighs in on the advantages both teams have over each other.
The Red Sox, they have a better, I think they have more players on the bench than the Dodgers, and they just have a better lineup. And the Dodgers, I think that they have a better bullpen than the Red Sox.
Game 3 broke the record for the longest postseason game ever by 18 innings. Walker Buehler also made history pitching 7 scoreless innings, and his final 108th pitch set the record for being clocked at 98.2 miles per hour.
Buehler was unbelievable. We got a guy that's going to be the future of the Dodgers. I mean, Clayton's been doing his thing for so many years. We got somebody to carry the torch, we feel, with him going out, and he's going to be there for many years. We hope he's throwing 98 all of his career. He threw another record, most 98-mile-an-hour fastballs last night, I think, at anybody. So yeah, he's got a freak arm. He's just going to be the best.
And as for Max Muncy's walk-off home run, I asked Bob a little quiz question if he knew the last time this occurred in Dodger history, and he answered correctly, 1988.
I was 18. I know exactly where I was. Everybody knows where they were when that hit was hit around the world. I was actually up in Frisco with a bunch of A's fans when they did that, so put it right in their face. I was ecstatic.
Well, from Little League to Major League, there's only one thing left here to say.
Go Dodgers!
The Dodgers, as we know, lost their second World Series in a row, dropping this year's Fall Classic in 5 games to the Boston Red Sox. Now, personally, I feel that in spite of the loss, we still gained a historical experience going all 18 innings in Game 3. In 7 hours and 20 minutes, we witnessed a number of records being broken, from a record-breaking 46 players being used, a record high of 18 pitchers and 118 at-bats, and a record-breaking 34 strikeouts. I don't know about you guys, but I'm never going to forget that night. All right, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Make sure you tune in next time. We'll have more playoff coverage coming your way. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share with us your story ideas, pics, and videos. We want to get more of you guys up here on the show with us. And we want to thank you so much for joining us. We love all the action you guys bring to the screen each and every week. You guys are rock stars, and I hope you all have a very happy Halloween this week. My name is Dani Miskell. Tune in next week right here for the next edition of the Sports Desk.